Hello, Gen Z friends. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Iqbal, and today we are going to discuss interesting experience from someone trapped in online reading. Let's start by introducing our guest speaker, Bayu.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to share my history here.
Before we begin, we may have seen some beautiful advertisement for online loans, especially those promise a quick and hassle-free process. Online loans often promise quick fund, especially for the younger generation who wants to own the latest gadgets. Why is that?
Okay, good question Iqbal. Online loans are indeed tempting, especially for those who want the latest gadget. Young people often feel pressure to follow trends.
Okay, how did you get involved with online leading then?
Back then, I was student and I want new smartphone, so I borrow money without thinking.
Wow, there must be a lot of stories behind that. How was your initial experience?
At the first, everything seems easy. It was quick process and I was able to get the money to buy a new smartphone. However, after a few months and I started to feel the impact. The instant keep inserting and the high interest rate threat me.
Oh, that must have been very stressful. What are some of negative impact you feel while being trapped in pinjol debt?
I experienced stress and the health problem. And my study suffered because I was pressured with debt collector.
How did you overcome these problems?
I borrow from my close friend and even made one of my friends my emergency contact without telling him.
That's pretty bold move by you. Seeking loans from your close friends can be solution, but it can also cause new problems. How did you friends react when you want to borrow their money and the act of registering your friend's call number as an emergency context sound quite controversial. What made you make this discussion?
They wondered what is what for, but I keep it secret. In the end, I felt pressure and depressed. I thought that if something happened to me, my friend could be contacted to help solve my debt collector problem.
Oh, what did you learn from your experience?
I realized that it's important to stay calm and communication with people close to you in difficult situation.
What is the last message you would like to share with our listeners?
Don't get into debt collector just to follow mistake. Live as it would calmly rather than luxurious but being chased by lone sharks.
Thank you very much, Bayu,
Okay, thank you,
for
Iqbal.
this valuable story and insight. I hope your experience can inspire our listener to be wiser in managing their financial.
Okay, thank you to Iqbal. I hope everyone can learn from this experience.
And that's it for this episode about expo loans, shark, and how to overcome that. Don't forget to listen to the next episode and stay with before doing anything. See you next one. Welcome back to Gen Z Talk. Today we will discuss a topic that many people around us may have experienced. Have you ever heard stories about friends or family being suddenly contacted by debt collectors from online loans, even though they never borrow money. This is a common issue, and this time we will hear directly from one of the victims. To delve deeper, I have invited Ravina, who has a friend's experience of being a victim of online loans from her own friends. And welcome, Ravina.
Thank you, Iqbal. I'm glad to share my story here.
Thank you for being willing to share your story, Ravina. Can you tell us how you got out this situation?
So, I have friends. We have been friends since the first semester, and it turns out my friend applied for an online loan without telling me. She used contact on her phone to register without my knowledge. My number was also listed as an emergency contact.
So, you had no ideas at all. What happened after that?
That's right. I feel a few weeks later, I started receiving calls and messages from the online loan company demanding payment from my friend. I was shocked because I didn't know she was in debt collector. They even threatened to report me if she didn't pay.
Okay. That must have been very disturbing. How did you feel at that time?
I feel very confused and angry. I didn't want to be involved in someone else's debt collector problem. Additionally, I feel betrayed by my friends because she didn't inform me beforehand. Pokoknya setiap hari itu tuh saya tuh selalu diteleponin bisa lebih dari 15 kali. Itu tuh sangat mengganggu kehidupan saya sehari-hari.
What step did you take to deal with the situation?
I tried contacting the person involved and explaining the situation. However, she seemed indifferent and kept avoiding me. Eventually, I decided to talk about this issue with my family and friends to help resolve it.
After all this experience, what lesson did you learn?
I learned that honest communication between friends is very important to avoid misunderstanding that can damage relationship.
Okay, Ravina, thank you so much for your story and valuable insight. I hope your experience can serve as a lesson for many people,
Thank you for inviting me. I hope this story is beneficial for the listeners.
and that our episode for today. Don't forget to listen to the future episode and be wise before taking action. See you
See you
next
next
time.
time.
Welcome back to our podcast, Gen Z Talk. I'm Iqbal. We will be accompanying you in this episode. We are gonna to discussing a very interesting and perhaps touching topic for some people, which in online gambling. Here, we will hear an inspiring story from someone who was once trapped in the world of online gambling and has now managed to raise. Today we have a very brief Gus to share his experience. Let's welcome Waludin. Waludin, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Bang. It's pleasure to be here and share my story. Sebenarnya lebih pengen terbuka aja sih tentang pengalaman gue sebagai bahan edukasi juga kan.
Waludin, can you tell us a bit about your background and what got you into gambling online?
Sure, I start playing online gambling about 3 years ago. Yang mana 3 tahun berlalu kecanduan banget. Ya hanya untuk senang-senang, is for fun gitu. Dan apa ya? However, I start spending hours in front of the computer screen and neglecting my responsibilities, work, family, and even my health.
That sounds very difficult. Was there a particular moment that made you realize that you needed to get out of that world?
Yes, when I lost a hug amount of money that my family has suffered for a vacation, ya duit gua habis buat ngejajanin Zeus mulu kan tiap malam tuh hampir begadang demi main judi, gambling, habis 40 sampai 50 ribu sehari buat anak kos kerasa juga kan. Terus ya lebih ke ini aja sih saying my parents at this point was a wake up call.
Oh, I feel bad for you. What step did you take to get out of online gambling?
Seeking help by joining a support group for ex-gamblers and consulting a psychologist. I learned about the mental and emotional impact of gambling.
Awesome. What do you do to stay away from online gambling?
The biggest challenge was resisting the urge to gamble again. There were times when I felt tempted to open gambling sites again. However, I remind myself of my family and the losses if incurred.
Very interesting. What is the last message you would like to share with our listener?
I do positive activities, exercising, spending time with my family, and also being active in the community to help to help others who experience similar problems.
Holdin, thank you so much for your time and inspiring story today. Waludin, I hope your story can give hope to many people out there.
You're welcome. Thank you, Bang.
Thank you for listening today our episode of Gen Z Talk. If you or someone you know needs help with online gambling or another issue, don't hesitate to speak professional support. See you in the next our
See
episode.
you the next episode.